Hey you, it's Jess here and it's so nice to see you. Today we are doing a sticker haul and I'm going to be doing some parts of it because I did get something in the mail early and I wanted to use it for my journaling. So we're going to start off with a part here and we'll do the rest of the haul later because you'll see it all in one video. But I want to do this part because I want to get to cracking into my journal and having fun. So this first order is from Hello Petite Paper. I have ordered a second order from them recently. I don't know if it'll be here in time for this whole video, but there'll be more Hello Petite Paper in the future. This is a long time planning shop and they are in Portugal. I know that if you're in the US, she now has a US supplier, they send out in the US, so you don't have any issues with the mail. I know we here in Finland we only recently this month got mail. Actually, I think today as I'm filming this is 10th of June. We're only just about to start mailing to the US again. It's not even open yet, so I don't know how Portugal's going with that, but yeah. She was smart to open up someone making her stickers in the US. So if in the US you can still shop from Hello Petite Paper and you'll get quicker and cheaper shipping that way too. But I'm in Finland, so I purchased from her Portugal, and it was super easy to get in the mail. It came in this really pretty envelope inside of a normal envelope. So I'm so excited to open this because this is stickers for my journal. And the thing is just I'm just going to tear this open. Apologies. It's nicely stuck down. But yeah, this is for a different style of journaling than I usually get. So I really wanted to pick some stuff up for these specific spreads because I'm doing spreads for the TV shows Young Sherlock and the other Bennett sister, which are very different style to what I get from Scribble Prints Co as my main journaling. So I wanted to pick some stuff up. And then I was looking through her release. She had a sale recently for her anniversary, and I wanted to pick some more stuff up for my Infinity Nikki journal, and also a different spread for a book, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So they'll be coming next time. So I'm looking forward to journaling with those. But this is what I got for Young Sherlock and a little bit for the other Bennett sister. But first I have a freebie here on premium matte paper. Really, really cute little illustrations there. And then I think this is a freebie too because it's not in the package. But this is Mini Deco's vintage text pieces and they are on a washi sticker paper, which is really cool. Would be great for layering. And then here are the sheets that I picked up. So let me open up the cello. I think I just got everything on the premium matte paper I could, as well as one thing that I got on the washi paper because I thought it would look good on that. So first of all, I've got some of this mini deco. This is the Vintage Florals 3. So yeah, this is a very thick premium paper. But I thought this would be good with Young Sherlock, especially we have the magnifying glass here. And just some more dainty ones. Then I also picked up colorful butterflies because butterflies are kind of a thing in the show. His dad, Silas, he's a scientist with butterflies. So I kind of wanted to put that. And then on washi paper, I got these spring scenes. And there's a lot of scenes in the show, as well as the other Bennett sister, where they're in the English countryside. So I thought these kind of look cool and maybe layer them over stuff because they are washi. I also got these post stamps in the washi because I thought these would look cool layered over things. And then I also picked up these sort of I wasn't sure what these are called, but they're little decos with different in different frames and different kind of writing and printing. Again, I thought, the Young Sherlock set in Victorian period and the other Bennett sisters in the Regency, so I thought this went with the style. I also picked up these sort of typewriter kind of letters. I actually saved the picture onto my into Photoshop, and I just circled each letter I would need to use to make Young Sherlock as a title. And it has enough on there for me to write Young Sherlock, so that's why I picked this one up. And then I also picked up this receipt one as well, because I like this other torn papers, and Young Sherlock, of course, he's being a detective. So I thought some of this might be useful in terms of like the notes and stuff that they pick up. I don't know, but also layering other things. So this is my initial order from Hello Petite Paper. I have since ordered some more things, but this is what I thought would work well for now. It's really high quality. I love this washi, and the premium matte is super like bright and crisp. So I'm really excited to use these in my journal, and that was Hello Petite Paper. Alright, it's time for the next haul bit, and I apologize for my nails, but they kind of needed a reset, so they are trimmed to the nub, but hopefully you can live with that. But we're going to haul Scribble Prints Co now. I'm not 100% sure if this will be the last clip. I'm going to film the outro today, but I have some stuff coming through the mail. Like, it's coming through the post office right now locally, so I'm hoping to get it before this video has to go up. So we might have some more, but let's get into Scribble Prints Co. And I have a bunch of freebies here. This is 3 orders all in one. So I just consolidated everything as I usually do. But we have some freebies here. We've got this cute little matte sticker goblin, which is super fun. I'm definitely a sticker goblin. I also got some matte bronze bottom washi bows. I also got a couple of these, although they kind of disappeared. Oh, they're both stuck together. These are vinyls, sticker collector, which are really cute. And then I picked a icon, like the doodle pack, which you can do different levels of freebies as you add stuff to your cart. So we have like Etsy hearts, these are random. We have, I guess this is Chick-fil-A. Not so useful so far. Probably won't use those. We have pumpkins, those are really cute. We have, baked, like in muffin tins, cupcake tins. We have a little portrait. We have I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be Max Welter. A wax melter. Max Welter. A wax melter. But I feel like that could also be like a humidifier or something like that as well if you want. McDonald's bags. We've got Dymo label printer. We have baking. And we have more Chick-fil-A. So, it was a freebie pack of old doodles, so I'll probably get some use out of that one. This could be used for different things. It could even be a speaker too. I don't think I'm getting a sticker cutter. Baking, pumpkins. So that's not so bad. I feel like I get at least half of the pack. So that's alright. I'm going to put those to the side. And then I did get a pack of 3 random journaling doodle sheets, or deco sheets, sorry. And I don't actually have all 3 of these, so it's nice to add to my collection. I didn't buy any of these previously, so we have this little art supply one. I don't know why I don't have this one, unless I do in this current order, but I guess we'll see. Then we have Wild West, and then we have Polly version 1, which I did have. I had one Polly Pocket growing up, and I've never seen a picture of it around. It was a yellow one, and I think it had like, I may have seen like someone who drew it, but I haven't seen a picture of it. I'm pretty sure there was like, it was a house on the top and then a garden on the outside, and it had like a bridge over water and garden. Anyway, my one Polly Pocket, because I did not grow up wealthy enough for lots of Polly Pockets, but yes, so I do love those. I always loved my one Polly Pocket. I also picked up some of the smaller icons, foil icons in Champagne Lights, because I was desperately out of Champagne Light ones. And I do love me some Champagne Lights. It's just so sparkly and pretty. So I picked some of those up for my foil icon collection. And then, should I get into kits before we get into the matte journaling stuff? So I did get a few kits here. And one of them is not by me, so I'm very proud of myself. I want to buy more, but I am limited in terms of like, I don't know, what I can, like, what I really, really like. I don't know. And what I can have in my planet. Oh, I'm bleeding. I'm sorry. I just gave Heidi, my cat, her morning medication, and she has scratched my hand, so I'll try not to bleed everywhere. Oopsies. Anyway, so the first one I have here is Island Breeze. It's just so pretty. I love this art. I love the tropical, like the beach bar vibes. You got the Mermaid Cove. I really love the different colors in this as well. You got like that denim blue with the lime and the yellow. Really nice. I picked up the extra doodle sheet as the freebie, as the extra. Oh, I love like the stars in addition to the pieces here. Oh, that's really nice. I like the extra seam, but you can definitely like not have to do them together. But yeah, it's like a really different color palette, and I do enjoy that. And this is a really cool pattern with like the outlines, the negative space. And I do love the I love those flowers at the bottom, like in terms of like tropical stuff. I always like that theme. So that was one of those. Oh, and we have the freebie page, which has the first lot of doodles, and then toolbox and the extra Syntones. So I'm definitely putting that in my summer lineup. And then we have Pop Princess, which was a re-release of an artwork that a custom I did for Andrea like years ago. I can't remember how many years now. It's quite a few years now, but I've always loved this person that I drew. And then they look so cool, and I love it, the bubble hairstyle. But it's obviously a sort of Y2K inspired one, like years before Y2K became really big. I think like both Audrey and I were just already into the Y2K theme. Well, I was really proud of my Skittles bag that I drew during this set as well. And then we have like a Scribble Prints Co, like a fluffy diary, which was always cute. I thought I'd just pick up the reformat, because why not? I always like to have something bright and colorful. We have the Legally Blonde, and then bring it on DVDs there, and the SPC Juicy Couture, which I've had a lot of fun doing back then. And the freebie there. Oh, I loved this planner person as well. And I think this is one of the first times maybe I did the stretch marks, and I love it so much. They're so pretty. Then I picked up some of my newer art releases. So this was Ancient Myth, which was my like ancient Greek. I wanted it to be summary, but also perfect for marking the movie The Odyssey. So yeah, because I'm definitely going to go see The Odyssey at the IMAX. I'm such a nerd for that, and I finally just wanted to do like a proper ancient Greek set, because previously I had done like a Hercules inspired one. It's still up in my shop. It's very old, but it was kind of like a modern Greek one with hints of Hercules. So this is like a proper ancient Greece one. And it took me a long time to do this scene, because we've got both the sort of ancient Greek ship, as well as like I wanted to do a more intact temple, because it's supposed to be like more in the ancient times. And the cool thing I thought, and then this bust, you can see here. So I wanted to do the versions of the temples and the statues that they were like in the ancient period, which, if you don't know, they used to be painted. So they didn't used to be just plain white, plain stone. They did paint their statues and their temples and buildings really bright, beautiful colors. Of course, this color palette is a bit more subdued, so it's not as bright, the painted bust, as it could be. But yeah, so I wanted to do a sort of nod to that they used to be painted. So I wanted to make it look more intact and more modern to their times, and make hints to that historical past. And then of course I drew a soldier and I wanted to sort of like, I want to do sort of the vibes of the first Odyssey poster, where it's like the back of him. I know the Odyssey is not going to be historically accurate. It is a mythology, not a history. So I don't expect it to be, but I guess this is not accurate either. Neither of these are, but I feel like maybe they're a bit closer. But I still wanted to sort of have those vibes and to go to a more artistic license, I guess. But I wanted that kind of vibe of the man from behind. And then I was really, really proud of this elbow here. I did some extra shading And I thought the elbow came out looking so good. So I enjoyed that. And then we have some painted pottery, the person as well, which I really enjoyed, sort of making the flowy fabric over the body. And then we just have like, we have the writing utensil, the quill. Although they didn't use a feather quill back then, they used reed pens, which were like, it just looks like almost a piece of bamboo, but it's just like a thin reed with a notch on the end. I kind of wanted to make it, again, a bit more artistic flair, a bit more interesting dynamic to look at, so I did a feather instead. But back then they were using a cut reed for a pen. But we also have the grapes, and we have some hints of olive. And then we have the bow and arrow, which I know is very important to one of the characters in the Odyssey. I think actually it is Odysseus. Is he the bow and arrow doodle? Anyway, I tried to do some symbology for the Odyssey as well. And then I drew this chalice, and I thought it could be fun if a snake, it was fallen over and a snake was coming out. I don't know. And then the chalice made me think of Circe. A lot of paintings of Circe, some paintings of Circe, she kind of has a chalice. She's obviously like a sorceress witch character in the Odyssey. So that's kind of a reference to her. And then again, more olives there. And of course, we also had to do the ship scene because of the Odyssey that they're on. And we have the doodle icons. Why do I keep saying doodles and icons and things? I don't know. Help me. But anyway, you see some pieces here. I did also a helmet and the harp as well, with the laurel wreath. And just we also have some pillars, but I had like a broken pillar and a complete pillar. This is one of the new sets. I try to do less things in it but less things, but higher quality, in my opinion, because and I just, in terms of time and effort and return, I do have to bring it back a bit with how much I'm drawing. So this is one of my smaller sets, which I still think it took me a while because I wanted to do more quality items, I feel like. So we got the helmet here, and I did do some different versions of it, like a straight up like gold version, but this is sort of like a aged like rusted coppery version here. Then we have the chalice, but I did one lying down with a snake and one standing up. And this was a chalice that I did find on in an art gallery's collection, a museum's collection, which was about the time period of the Odyssey in ancient Greece. But it's not, I don't think it's ancient Greek. I think it's one of the other regions, one of the other kingdoms, like empires in the region, but it's the same kind of time period. And then we have a harp, and I really enjoyed adding some florals just to make it a bit softer, add a little bit more interest. I had a lot of fun with these patterns. I thought it'd be really fun to do like the column pattern, which makes me think of like the Will of the Many. And then I hand drew all of these with like a color pencil brush, just to make it a bit more painted, a bit more interesting and texture-wise. Then we have obviously some olive branch leaves, and then we also have these vase as well, designs. It was fun to go all out in the sort of Greek style. So yeah, then we have like the broken pillars here, which I thought was really fun. Columns are just part of it, aren't they? And then here we have the extra sheet where we have some different skin tones of the main person. I decided I not to do like a movie reference at all, but I will say I really wanted to draw Lupita, and how I don't know how she's really going to look in the film, but I just drew the one person because I really had to limit myself again for just time and effort reasons. But I feel like this person came out really, really nice. They're not accurate at all, but I feel like they still have more of an accurate vibe than some. Finding reference is really hard these days because it's flooded with AI, and none of the AI is right. So I tried my best. I did look up some jewelry from in the art galleries and museums, and this earring was very much like a style of jewelry that they had, which I thought was really pretty, so I did add that in. And then finally we have my Pride Beach set. This was my summer beach slash Pride art for this year. I really wanted to do something a bit, I don't know, I feel like I've done like the super bright rainbows, the Pride March, and I still love those, and I feel like they still hold up and could be used, but I wanted to do something a bit more casual, a bit more, you know, we're gay and we live in the world and just do normal stuff, and they're having like a beach party instead. And I had a lot of fun with this. I had like the softer color palette. It's not quite rainbow, but it is. And yeah, I just wanted to do something a bit more casual. I feel like it's usable for people who aren't going to Pride specifically, but so you could have it as a beach set, but I think it also works as Pride in terms of just, you know, people having joy and living life. So the first one is, this is where I got my first idea from. I really was like, you know what? I could draw a trans man with a surfboard. So they do have, I try to draw it in, but with my, you know, it's a very subtle thing, but they do have the top surgery scars here. And I feel like, you know, you don't even notice those really. So they're just a male presenting person. But I did want to do that little detail instead of a little nod. I feel like representation of like trans especially and non-binary, it's just sort of, it doesn't really come across because in my argument, literally any person in a set could be trans, could be non-binary, could be queer, they could be trans. I just say like people look like people. So I never, and I don't really want to draw like stereotypes or like false stereotypes. So yeah, so I thought in this way I could do something a bit more overt, but I feel like it's just there, you know, it's not in your face. And I feel like it's inclusive and subtle in a nice way, you know, and not in a stereotypical way. So I did enjoy that, just that little detail there, and I thought they look so hot. I'm still working on my male faces, but I think I'm getting somewhere with my style. I guess I do like to draw maybe men a bit more youthful, but I'm enjoying that style. I'm still working. But I thought the shading also on this person was really well done. I was really happy with myself. I'm trying to do like where I can, doing a bit more a detailed shading just to make it a bit more, I don't know, pop a bit more. We have like lemonade and then a cup with like some fun drink straws, which I try to reflect in the third person, which I know is somewhere around here. And then we have like the bikini, the sunscreen, the thongs that we call them in Australia, flip-flops, but in Australia we call them thongs. And so you're wondering like, well, what do you call a thong then? And we call them G-strings. And then we have this person, which I really enjoyed like doing like the tonality on their torso. And I really enjoyed doing like their sort of hair with the different pieces of hair color. With the beach bag, which says love is stronger than hate. And then a really cute little cap with the rainbow flower. We got the camper van scene there with the party scene at the beach. And then we also have some like popsicles. I kind of liked, I've always wanted to do one where you have the phone in like the water protector. And I've never done it. So I decided to do it. And the person's listening to Heated Rivalry. It's probably not my first pick for a representative novel, but I know it's huge right now. People are loving it. And it still is good representation, you know, in terms of what the NHL is really like in real life. So I did include Heated Rivalry audiobook here. We have a really cute like little charm to make I wanted to make the case for the phone a little bit more interesting. So I added like a fun charm with rainbow and smiles. And then I did these sort of bats. I feel like I think they're supposed to be pickable bats, but I also considered like, you know how in the 90s you had those like Velcro bats, and I feel like there's always a big thing to take to the beach where you like catch and throw the ball and it sticks to the Velcro bat. So they're technically pickable bat designs, I think, but I feel like those gave me those vibes, like a game to play at the beach. Then we have the extra doodle sheet, and they have some of the I love the rainbow date numbers. Those are really fun. But you can see there's more items here. We got a stack of towels as well. We got the beach sign, and then you can see here the phone case, which I had a lot of fun about. Yeah, I wanted to make it a bit more decorative, so it wasn't just so boring. And so this is what I was talking about. This person here, which I thought was so cool. I obviously wanted to do a bit more plus size inclusiveness with, especially with a bikini. I think they look hot as heck. But I put in the cup is matching to the cup, the decorative cup here with these straws, and I really liked putting that little piece in there just to sort of connect the artwork with the elements. So she's obviously picked up a cup and she's having some lemonade, and then we have like the beautiful flower in the hand, and then I did do some like little beads and little braids here. We got like a trans flag braid here, and then the beads are like hearts, rainbow hearts, just to add a little bit more, just some little bit of hints. But I wanted to really celebrate the joy, you know, and just living life and being and having fun in the summertime. So then we have the patterns, and I was really happy with these patterns. I love like the flowers, and then we've got like this soft beachy wave, like glitter waves with shells, and then I also put rainbows in there. So cute. Had a lot of fun with those. And then, of course, I had to do the smiley faces. Like every Pride one, I like to do a smiley face. And then the extra box here is the blank beach scene. I was pretty proud of how this came out. I was really working on the water and the sand and the clouds. I'm loving these new clouds that I have to add. I feel like they just have, I don't know. I've been wanting more of like an anime or Ghibli kind of clouds, and I finally have that. So I thought the beach was really fun. This would be perfect for a quote box, especially about Pride. And then we have the toolbox here again, which this is just like a scene of beach, like a sign with beach things. And then it was kind of like a real sign that I based this off of, and then I added like the inclusive Pride flag and other elements to it, the rainbow and stuff. So just those little hints, and then we have the different, and then I made the flower a different color per the skin tone, so we can like use those boxes or mix and match, whatever you want. I really enjoyed doing that with, especially when I have like a hand detail, and then I change like the color of the sweater they're wearing or something like that. So yeah, that was all of the planner kits that I picked up. Before I get into the proper journaling stuff, let's go into the mystery as well that I have. Because might as well, it has a planner kit in it as well as journaling, because I do pick up the triple pack, and this was Lavender Dreamcore for June. So excited. I feel like as soon as I finished this, it became a mystery. So it's kind of like some kits I wait for, some art I wait forever. There's still one you guys haven't seen yet, which I'm really excited for it to release. But and some of them go out right away, which is funny. But this one was fairly quick. But yeah, so I was just given the theme Lavender Dreamcore, and we had a lot of like images of like liminal spaces with clouds and bubbles and rainbows, and we had a lot of like soft butterflies and stars. So that's how I put this together. I wanted to make it like pretty, but also we still have we have a little bit of tech, we have a little bit of journaling, we have some like princessy vibes. So it kind of goes together in this sort of dreaminess. So first we have this more fantasy person with the purple hair, and I thought they came out so pretty. We have like this soft journaling scene, which I love, and I did some little buttons as well. And then we have like a crown on the pillow and books, and then we have like a perfume or potion bottle there. What did I put in the books? Floating dreamless slumbers, the tale of the endless sea, and the something of a lavender dream. Oh yeah, I remember I made those titles up. So I was trying to like, do sort of similar to the theme. Then we just have a simple hair box with beautiful braided hair filled with stars, and also sort of pearls or jewels hanging around. I think it came out so pretty. Then here we've got some cakes, and we got like a pudding and a cake and a beautiful moon tea. And then you've got the like a futuristic phone as a star with the 1111, of course. And then we have the scene here. So I really wanted to sort of put together those scenes that were kind of like in the Pinterest board inspiration. So I want to do like the soft bedroom, but then we've got the water on the floor. We've got the like iridescent clouds coming in. You have like the same scene sort of clouds, the little moon there, the water in the background behind. I decided to add these windows to give it a bit more architectural interest, and we've got some hanging flowers as well. And I did actually put in a bunch of little rainbow reflections. You can kind of see them around. There's like little swips of rainbows everywhere, which I thought looked really fun. I was trying out a new method where you use chromatic aberration to create rainbows, and I thought it turned so cool. You have like a little jewelry box and a mirror, which has sort of reflection again of that sort of water and cloud scene. Because we're in this like, we're in a dream world. Yeah, I think it did capture the feeling of those, that kind of Pinterest board of dreamy liminal space, but it's also soft and pretty and feminine. We can see more of the individual pieces here. We also have the sleepy kitty, which I'm sure will be a box. There she is, little sleepy kitty. I love it so much. A lot of the Pinterest board stuff had like soft little cats, so I wanted to do a soft little sleepy cat. And then we also have we have like a little love letter, and then we have like a lip gloss and the like galaxy tea there. Another little potion bottle. So it's kind of a mix of things, but I feel like in a dream it would make sense. Sort of a soft fantasy. And then we just have a lot of soft patterns. We've got like these sort of watercolor flowers. We've got little clouds and stars. You have bows and soft watercolor butterflies, and just some more little shimmery sparkles. This is very monochrome, but I feel like it'll look so good in the spread. I feel like this is calling out for lavender hollow or possibly sparkly hollow. And then we have a bit more of a, this pattern is a bit more like swirly whirly, dreamy. And then this other scene is sort of like, there's a lot of sort of like the soft open window of like, we got some clouds and butterflies sort of fluttering in with the wind going through the curtain. I don't know. I spent a lot of time shading and highlighting that, and I think it came out okay. I could do it better maybe, but I do love the way it came out. It was very soft and dreamy. And then I did draw this extra full body person whom I loved, and this sort of, these ones kind of go into all the different themes of the elements. This one goes more with like the star phone and the journaling, I think, and these go with the more soft and princessy like jewelry and vibes. But I just thought this person looked so cool. I loved it so much. So that is the Mystery Kit Ultimate. And we'll quickly go through the other pieces. So this is like the reading journal pages. So we get this paper here, which has like the, I should zoom out. We have this A5 paper here, which has like the swirling paint kind of effect, but then we have some glittery moons and stars in there, and I added like a little drop shadow on them. And normally I don't, but I feel like it gives it a little extra something, especially in person. Maybe not so much in camera, but I do love the little drop shadow on the moon and stars. So we've got also the small ransom letters. We got the large arch scene. You can see more of my little my holographic swifts on there, and a really cute like flower lamp. We have some watercolor swatches, the washies and borders, and that's actually my favorite pattern in this one. Oh yeah, we do have a large one of it, so I can talk to you about that pattern in a minute. We have some torn papers, some small decos. We've also got some different flowers. I drew some lavender and some, I think it's hyacinth there as well. I want to draw some different, just like dainty flowers as well. And then you have like the little buttons too. the star and cloud buttons. I think it came with a cute little tulip button as well. And then we have the large deco there. So that's the reading collection. And then we have the junk journal kit, which I'm just going to put the reading journal stuff into this cello so it's all together. So let's go from the bottom. So yes, this is my favorite paper from the collection. I put in, so I was putting together these random boxes as sort of a patchwork of different patterns and textures. And then I also put in photographs of this ribbon and pearl and this star, and then also a photograph of these little star stickers too. And I've been loving that. I've been seeing a lot of that where it's kind of like the photo elements. It's very like junk journaling. I feel like it adds just a little bit extra to the texture of the paper. And I just love it. I love the way it looks. Yeah, I had a lot of fun like adding those elements to like the patchwork of the paper. And then this one has like the sparkles, the like ribbon bows, and then these are all little watercolor butterflies, and then I just put like this sort of nice stripe behind it. Then you have a pink version of that and the scene. Then you have one of the deco pages. The kitten is so cute. I love it so much. I do love the way it came out, especially with the shading on the tail. I don't know, it makes me very happy. I love the way this galaxy teacup had printed out. And then we have the other deco page. I really do love this person with the lighter bangs, the lighter fringe. It looks so pretty. And then some little Polaroids of some scenes there. Then you have the larger ransom. You got the guest check with a sparkly water background. And then we just had the Polaroid of the scene with the butterflies coming in through the window with the clouds, which I had a lot of fun painting as well from scratch. So that is the Lavender Dream Core collection. I'm going to put these two together into the one cello. But let's get into the other journaling stuff. We still have tons more to go, as you can see here. So, although I shouldn't be as descriptive now because obviously I've gone through most of my stuff to explain it to you, which I know is a highlight to people in these hauls. So I make sure that you get some idea of how I was designing things. I got a bunch of the matte die cuts here. Cried, but I did it. Love that one. 404 error, too many tabs open. I'm not too bad with my tabs actually. I guess I do keep some tabs open for a long time, but if they go, they go, and I'm done. But I'm not too bad with tabs. I'm one of those ADHD people who cannot stand a red dot, who cannot stand things being like too much stuff. So I've read all of my emails, I've read all of my messages, even if I've never replied. And I like to keep my tabs orderly and my desktop orderly because it kills me inside otherwise. Especially red dot. I can't take it. But take your meds, bestie. I will succeed because I'm insane. I do love that one. That's like my life motto. Sticker maxing. God, not the looks maxing. Why do we all have to learn that guy's name? I'm sick of it. Professional sticker hoarder. This one's really cute. I love the style. No thoughts, only potato. Pretty much. I love this one. Reminder, it's not that serious. That's so pretty and cute. I love this style and the colors. Oh, this one's mine. My junk journal. That was a piece that I did for the Galentine's art. And this is like a recolor for a junk journaling event that Andrea went to and took art with. And I think this is probably the cutest piece. I do love the way this journal looks. Then we have Garlic Girl. Do love me some garlic. She was a fairy. I had to have it because look, it's a toad fairy and I love it. Thanks, it's the trauma. Yeah, pretty much. Still dealing with that. So many books, so little time. Gosh, right now I have 1 week left to do and I'm struggling trying to finish 2 really huge books before July. So it's not even so many books all the time. It's just so many big books. Just another millennial trying to survive one global crisis at a time. Yeah, I feel that. This too shall pass, but WTF. And then a Book Lovers Club, a little denim one. That's really cute. Love all of those. And then I picked up a bunch of the deco sheets. So first of all, I picked up some more of these, the yearly reading labels and the month labels. I needed the month labels for my, I'm going to do a 6-month stats page. So when June is finished, I'm going to use these to do a stats page for my reading in there. And then I thought I still had the page, but I guess I'll use the stats here. But I think I was going to do 2 stats pages, one at the end of the year, one in the mid-year, one at the end of the year. I do have a yearly wrap-up, but I kind of wanted to do a straight-up stats page, so now I'll have 2, because I'm pretty sure I still have this other page. But yeah, I wanted to do, in case I wanted more of these. Yeah, so because I'm using these labels in my reading journal purely right now, so I wanted to do those for some new spreads. And then we have some deco pages. We have Retro Diner, which looks so cool. I do love this style. I was considering maybe trying to do this style like without the outlines for some collections, but I know Dinda's palette is doing this kind of style at the moment as well, so I will leave that to another time, if ever. They made Red Poppies, very beautiful, always makes me think of Remembrance Day with poppies. They made classic white letter beads. I do like these. They look like photos of the beads, so I do like that style. And a bit more, they're not so clean, which is nice. And then we have the black version. And then I picked up a bunch of the new cute letters in the different colorways. So you have Safari Sage, we have Pastel Garden, we have Ocean Pop, we have Moonlit Stone, we have Lilac Taffy, we have Cotton Candy, we have Citrus Disco, we have Blush Garden, we have Berry Galaxy, and then these are all like, they don't have a white outline, which is very cool. I'm actually wondering, like, maybe in my next year's reading or my next year's journal setup, because I use it for more than just reading, I might use these as my titles instead of these. As much as I love the way this is looking, you know, I want to change it up, and maybe I'll do these, but maybe I'll put them like on like a white like rectangle of sticker as well, so we're kind of doing a layering effect. Yeah, thinking maybe I could use these as my titles. We will see. They would also be good in my Nikki journal, but we'll see. Then we have Bookish Dragons. We have Blank Cakes. And these would be fun, I feel like, with like these letters. Although she has even smaller letters in the shop, in other things that you could like decorate the cake with. I thought this would be a cool layering piece. Then we have a whole bunch of Y2K pages. So we have like the Mac. So in my house, we were a PC house. My dad was always building new PCs and things. But my primary school, we had these Mac computers in the hallways outside of our year 6, 7 classes. All in my school, all of year 6 and 7 were together, like in blended classrooms. Also in Australia, primary school is technically reception, or what we call kindergarten. Reception, year 1 to year 7. And then you go into high school, year 8 to year 12. But although some high schools start in year 7. So some people left in year 6, but I went through year 7. Anyway, but we had these out front of there, and I remember, like, you know, learning things like Excel, like spreadsheets and stuff on those. You got the Discman. I loved my Discman. I had a transparent blue one for a while at the end. We got the camcorder. That's hot, which is, you know, welcome to my crib. My gosh. We all had a blow-up like chair, didn't we? All of us. I had a blow-up chair and I had a blow-up backpack, which the backpack was from the Royal Show, the Royal Show is like a state fair in Australia. Each state has a Royal Show or show. I think it's just called the show now. They've taken the Royal out of it, at least in Adelaide, where I come from. It's like a state fair, so it's like all farmers, and so there's competitions for farm animals, and there's wood cutting, and there's chicken competitions and cat shows and fish and all sorts of stuff. And there's also like a whole show bag thing. If you want to look it up, I think there's a wiki page on show bags, but it's like a whole pavilion. It's just filled with these ones where you can buy like like plastic bags that are just filled with stuff with different themes. And obviously, as an adult or as a young adult, you're like, I will get all of the chocolate show bags. But as a kid, you want all the toy show bags, and they're completely full of tat. It's all cheap stuff, but it's so fun. But anyway, so I had like one of these blow up backpacks from one of those show bags. But anyway, I'm getting nostalgic here. It's not really nostalgic because they still do it in Adelaide, in Australia, but it's nostalgic for me because obviously I'm not going to the show anymore. We have version 3 of Y2K, 2005's loading, addicted to MySpace, which is where I met my partner on MySpace. Juicy, I have one of these like disco light ones as well, with a Juicy Couture. I think, was it like Lizzie McGuire? Lizzie McGuire was after my thing. I think that was like for kids in the 2000s. In the 2000s, I was a teen. So Lizzie McGuire was not for me, or Hannah Montana. I was too old for those, but I do remember them around. I feel like Hannah Montana was more around in Australia than Lizzie McGuire, but with the Motorola Razr, I did not have that. I had a Nokia flip phone, which I still loved. It was so good. And in fact, there's a picture of Adele. You know, Adele's like the same age as us, 1988. As us, as me, and possibly you. Not every one of you, obviously. But like, she's the same age as me, and there's an old picture of her where she has literally the same Nokia phone as me. And I was like, oh my god, besties. With the Von Dutch hat, the lava lamp. I did have a lava lamp. You have Tamagotchi. I did have a Tamagotchi once, but I was not very good at it. Oh, those are robot dogs. Never had a robot dog, but they were cool. Got the digital camera. Who didn't have one of those? My tiny little 2 megapixel camera that I took everywhere. I did have I had a 3310 and a 3315 at once. My Nana bought me a 3315 Nokia, and I still love her to this day. And in fact, I had a cover of mine especially, and I saw the band Placebo right when The Bitter End came out, and we went to go meet them behind when they came out of the concert place, and I had them sign my phone. Like my Nokia phone, I had them sign the back of it, and I gave it to Brian Moko, and he was like, what the heck is this? And then Steve was just like, it's a phone. And everyone else was like, it's a phone. Sign it, Brian. Anyway, that was me. Just having Brian Mocha Placebo sign a phone. But hey, it was like a removable cover. So anyway, iPod. I did have a pink iPod. You had to have a pink iPod. Boombox. Take me back to the 2000s. I had a lot of music stuff because music was very important to me. So that's what kind of invested. Like, I could not sleep without listening to music, so I always had, like, a music thing. Yeah, I love those. Love the old computer. Then we have cute doodles. These are adorable. I love them. This would make such a cute spread. I have to pick out a paper to go with that. Definitely want to do something. Oh, would this be a good sheet? I am planning. Let me show you. I'm planning to do a spread on my new favorite Olivia Rodrigo song, and I have these images that I found on Pinterest. And I got the lyrics, obviously, if you know the song. It's Stupid Song. That's my favorite. If you're listening to Olivia Rodrigo right now, what's your favorite song from the album? Mine is definitely Stupid Song. I'm going to do I'm going to cut these out into lines and then do like a spread with these. And I feel like this would go perfect with that, wouldn't it? For Stupid Song. I think that'd be so cute. Okay, we've got an idea here. I'm cooking right now. I can't wait to do that spread now. I'm glad I waited to do this haul. But you'll see that soon on the channel, I promise. We have Summerween. Maybe I should do a Summerween spread because I am watching a lot of horror right now. Widow's Bay from the Vampire Lestat. Granted, Widow's Bay and Vampire Lestat are going to have their own spreads, but Halloween. They have Hollow Stars. I love this. I have to go back and buy a bunch more of these because they are so cool. I love this like 3D stuff. They have Gems and Sequins. I gotta go back and buy some more of these as well. Some of these like are little individual ones, and then some of them like a big group. Really cool. Then we have cute patches. This would look good again also with this. I think like when we get a bit more junky texture stuff, this would be perfect. This is literally those colors of Olivia Rodrigo stuff that I just downloaded and printed. So I'm gonna put those together. And then we have Beach Babe. Really cute. I want to do like a summer bucket list in my journal, so I think some of this summer stuff will be perfect for that. All right, we're still going. I know you guys live for a long haul, especially because it's not SBC, all SBC. I'm waiting on a planner face package and also another Hello Petite paper. So fingers crossed they get here before I have to post this. It's Tuesday today, and this is going up next Monday. So I guess we'll wait and see if I do. So then I also picked up this fashion doll bundle of Bratz dolls. I was not a Bratz girl. I had a very weird, I think it's to do with ADHD. I was very, like if something kind of went up against something that I loved, I kind of had a weird principle against it. I was a Barbie girl, so I was not into Bratz. I also had the same weird rigid thinking in terms of I didn't allow myself to shop at certain clothes shops until I was a teen. So when I was 12, I couldn't go shopping in JJ's. This is an Australia deep cut. I couldn't go shopping for clothes there until I turned 13 because I had to be a teen to buy teen clothes. Anyway, I was a mess as a child, as you know, but yeah, I wasn't a Bratz fan, but I do think, I do like them now. I think they're really cool designs. I was the Barbie girl, you know, I was loyal. But we have a bunch of Bratz designs which look really cool. Sorry, this trucks as always. It's morning where I live, and it's actually summery and hot. At the moment, we've got like 20-something degrees Celsius, so I do have the door open. But yeah, these are really cute. So I definitely want to try and fit in these somewhere. I want to try out some different planning and stuff, especially next year, my next journal. All right, we'll go through some individual papers, and then we have some last, just some like journaling, like junk packs of my other art, my Pride Beach and Ancient Myth. So we got 90s Sharks. I love this design, so cool. Maybe this could go with like, maybe not this one, but I feel like this would be good for a summer bucket list page. Then I picked up these simple checks in a light pink and a lime. Always nice to have some basics. We have mini mermaids. They're so pretty. What a beautiful paper. Then this is one of, I think this is actually supposed to go with Ancient Myth, but here's that paper I was talking about that I used a pencil brush to hand draw all of these items, and you can kind of see the texture more here. I did really enjoy doing that. I think it came out really cool and looked a lot more like the sort of, I don't know, more ancient Greek, I guess. Then we have books 1. Then we have books 2, which I love. It's just cute books. I love the frog especially. We have Lavender Bats, which you know I had to get this one for my secret pastel goth self. We have Monster Friends, which is really cool as well. I almost wish I had bought like 2 of each of these, but I definitely want to pull this out at Halloween. I think it's so cool. Maybe I'll do like a Halloween movies spread, like a movies bucket list or something, that movies I want to watch during October. That'd be so cool. And maybe episodes of TV shows as well. Because there's a bunch of stuff that's like, you know, great Halloween episodes of TV. And I was thinking the other day of Supernatural, the Scooby Natural episode. I feel like it's my go-to Halloween one. Like Supernatural's like a whole, everything's Halloween. But this Scooby Natural just makes me like think of that because they get stuck in the Scooby-Doo well. Then we have Rainbow Plaid. We have Smile, which I think is so cool. I love this like sticker design. And then we have Summer Dolphin, which matches the style. It's obviously the same artist as this Mini Mermaid. So those are cute together. Happy dolphins. All right. And finally we have, the collections for Ancient Myth and Pride. So we do have this paper, and I do have the smaller deco page here. And I'll just go quickly through the junk. But obviously, I've told you all about the art, but I wanted to show you what was in the junk in case you haven't seen it. We have the columns paper, which I was really proud of. I thought it came out so cool. Then we have this really cool paper. I just love like a little extra flowery design, but still that kind of structured look. We also have the structured one with more like palms, which I really enjoyed as well. Look how bright this printed off on the matte paper. Really cool. You can see more of my, I was really happy with the details I did around the boat here. You can see I put in like the waves crashing, and I put like the shadows of the oars underneath the boat there. And I was really happy with how the water crashing and stuff came out. I played a lot with some brushes, and I really like this sort of the cloud design where it kind of swings about. I feel like it makes it really big looking. We have a deco page. We got some stars in here, which is really cool. Again, that person, I was really proud of them. I've started doing this thing where I put some more like, I wanted to put some blush on the chest and the shoulders especially, and the forehead, just to add a bit more good color to the person. And then we have the other deco sheet, and again here you can see like the elbow. I was very proud of the shading. It's a very simple shading, but I was like, this elbow looks amazing. This is the things that happen when I draw. I'm like, this elbow! Oh my gosh, I feel fulfilled in my life. We have the large ransom letters. We have the checklist, and we have a little Polaroid. I'm probably going to do a spread for when I see the Odyssey, so all of this will be very useful for my journal. And then finally, you do have Pride Beach. So I do have some pieces. I guess I didn't pick up the paper from the reading journal that came with this. I don't know. We got the mini ransom, the torn papers, the small deco, and the large deco. You can see closer here in the large deco a little bit of scarage here from the top surgery, but they've been working on their body, they're looking great. And then here you can see some bit more shading there on this person. They got a bit more like blush on the shoulders and things. Very happy with that. Love how they came out. And then we have the junk journal. This one got a little beat up in my US package, but so the big scene is actually the beach scene. So you can see a bit more of my work here. I was actually very happy with how the water crashed. I used a whole bunch of different brushes and textures to do the water there, and sort of like blending it out into the clouds in the sky. And then also some more texture on the beach. I was very happy with how this came out. I've been really enjoying actually just drawing nature. I don't know, a lot of water. Again, you're going to see that in my seaside when my next haul will have seaside in it, and that was also a whole lot of water, which I enjoyed doing. Then we have that, as I said, like it's supposed to be sort of a sparkly beachy wave, like waves with sparkles and the lines in the background with and then I added shells and rainbows. And then we also have like this different sort of layered check. I was playing around with like a different colorful check, but all of it's kind of colorful. I don't know. Let me know what you think of those. It's hard. Some colors don't print off as well, I guess, but I feel like it looks like a cool effect. And then you do have the camper van scene, which I was very proud of. I always struggle with doing like these smaller details. And it's funny because now I look at this scene, and I was listening to the book Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies while I drew this, which is not this theme at all. That's what it makes you think of now. Then we have the large deco. Oh, and you can also see on this person, we mentioned I did stretch marks on the other person. They also have stretch marks here in the belly and the thigh, and also on the boobs here, as well as the underarm. And then I also have the extra shading on this person. I also did try to do more blush on the chest and shoulders. They look so cool. I love the way they came out. I want to do some colorful hair as well. The little bucket hat. I honestly kind of unironically love bucket hats, so I really need to buy a bucket hat. I just need to get one because I look terrible in hats, but I want a bucket hat. And here you can see the heated rivalry in like the waterproof case for the phone, which I thought was so fun. Then you have the other deco page of the pink hair on this person. And then we have the large ransom, we have the rainbow guest check, and we have the Polaroid with the beach sort of sign. So love all that. That's all going to go together. That is everything I've got from Scribble Prints Co. So that is the haul all done. I don't know how much you got to see in this haul, but it was definitely very long anyway. I hope you enjoyed it, so don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more hauls. Then also planning and journaling that I'm going to be using all this stuff with. I definitely want to try and pull out some more of this stuff to actually use it and work more on my journal. So let me know what you thought of the haul down below. Maybe just leave some heart emojis to let me know that you enjoyed watching it. But otherwise, let me know what you thought. Did you pick up any of this stuff from these shops? Have you checked them out before? Namely, at the time of filming Hello Petite Paper and Scribble Prints Co. But fingers crossed there's more in this haul. I'm just filming this outro now so I can get the video starting to get edited. But I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me blabber about stickers and art. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.